All right, you guys, the time is here. I am officially, well, I was actually a few weeks ago, but officially for the podcast, we are all on maternity leave, basically, all of us. So here's the first thing that I want to say before I forget this. What I want you to do, especially if you're new here, I want you to DM me the word pineapple or a pineapple emoji, both will work. DM that to me on Instagram, and you will get a short list of the best episodes for you to listen to. If you're new and you're kind of like overwhelmed, like, holy shit, we have over 400 episodes, go to that short list and we'll give you like the top episodes that people love the most to listen to. The next thing that I want to say for absolutely everybody, you only retain about 30% of what you listen to. And most of us listening to podcasts whilst we're doing 10 other things at one time. So you've probably retained about 0.1% of what's in every podcast episode, let alone actually done it, actually implemented, actually integrated it, or like tried it out in your life. So whilst I was umming and ahhing about, do I give you guys episodes whilst I'm away? And I actually decided not to. One, I was like, I actually don't have the time to record them. But number two, and obviously you guys know I like quality over quantity. But number two, I was like, this is a really beautiful chance because I have never, ever, ever had a break on this podcast episode. And I've been running on this podcast episode on this podcast. I've been running this podcast since 2019. So this is a beautiful opportunity over the next 3 months for you to go to our podcast directory on the website. So the link to that is below. The podcast directory, the link to that is in the show notes. Go to the directory. If you haven't looked at it, like, you need to go because it's absolutely beautiful. And you can click either one of like the tabs that has like different pillars essentially of content that you can listen to: trauma, feminine, masculine energy, relationships, health, that kind of thing. Or you can click the little search thing right under it and type in, like, I don't know, a word like quantum leaping or something. And you will then get podcast episodes to listen to. You can then obviously open up your Spotify or your Apple and go in and save them and go back and listen to them, or listen to episodes for the first time and go, if you want to, it's going to be slightly cringe, but just do it anyway, because it's still, the content's really good. The accent's just very Australian. The further that you go back to episode 1. Right? There are some really good episodes in those first 10. And also you'll be able to feel and see and definitely hear the evolution of myself. But that's what I want you guys to do in these 3 months. You also can go to the free, you go to the masterclass vault. You'll see masterclasses there. You can be binging my Instagram content still. You can be going through my highlights, like the chicken nugget highlights. Like, you have hours of chicken nuggets to be listening to. My emails are still happening as usual. And so in terms of like that kind of, the regular programming is happening except for the podcast. But you guys can go back and listen to old episodes in the meantime. So just so we all know, so I am taking off. I'm already off right now by the time you listen to this episode. In fact, I could already have a baby in my arms by the time you listen to this episode. But I am taking off until the 15th, if I'm correct, of September. So about 3 months, which I think every woman should have I've got strong feelings about maternity leave. I know not every country gets this, but I think that every single woman should have an absolute minimum of 3 months, if not, to be honest, 6 months to a year. Anyway, I'm taking 3 months completely off. Completely off. I'm obviously going to be here, but I will not be here for you guys. I will not be here to answer questions. I will not be replying to emails. My clients are all on pause. They're going through their integration time. But my team will be here. So that's how I'm here. My team is here. You guys know Olivia is absolutely incredible. My programs, you guys still have access to. If you've bought any programs, you can join any programs over this period of time. Queen Alchemy, you can join that early and get an extended payment plan, but also be able to access the portal content early and start digging through all of that. My Her Year ladies are very well looked after. Everybody is extremely well looked after in terms of my client world during this time. And for you guys, that's why I wanted to do this episode, so that you knew what to be doing during these 3 months. I don't want you to just think like, oh, I have to just wait till Monica comes back to keep learning. That's not true at all. There is 8 years of content for you to be going through, which honestly would take you a whole year, probably more, if you were actually to digest all of that. So use these 3 months wisely, because in these 3 months, you can be digesting all of this stuff, or redigesting all of it and not getting behind, right? Because sometimes people will find my podcast, they start from number one and they're trying to like catch up to kind of where I'm at. This is what people DM me, to where I am. But of course, if I'm releasing one every week, it's very hard to catch up and it can feel kind of overwhelming. So let these 3 months be the time to really digest and integrate everything that I have offered you guys. If you are a past client and you have a question that comes up, you can email Olivia and Olivia will do her best to answer, or she will just let you know that like the email's been flagged and she has it like in her very, very organized systems, and she will ask you when I get back. So you can do that. But what I will say is that I'm assuming that I will be on Instagram stories as long as, my postpartum and everything is okay. I am assuming that I'll be on Instagram stories here or there, sharing little bits of life and lifestyle and all that kind of stuff. We're going to Europe in August, so you guys will have that to look forward to. I know you love our little Europe trips, so you'll have that to look forward to. And obviously baby boy will be joining us for that. So you'll have that content. And then, we basically kick back off middle of September. Queen Alchemy opens officially for the next round at the very beginning of September. But like I said before, you can join that early if you would like to join that early. And then what else? We have the immersion in November. We've got the Her Year event in London in December. So the team is working on lots of things behind the scenes with my beautiful husband. And I will be in the newborn bubble, soaking everything up, learning lots, I'm sure, writing down all my thoughts to be able to share them all with you guys. But I just want to say thank you so much. This feels like a goodbye, and it kind of is. It's okay, now I'm going to start crying. I guess this is like a goodbye in a way, right? Because it's like goodbye to again, it could change once I'm in it, but I think that it can be a bit drastic for people when they're like, oh, you are never going to be a maiden together. You are never going to be a maiden again. Where did together come from? You're never going to be a maiden again. You're stepping into mother. Like, old version of you is dying. Parts of the old version of me are definitely dying. However, there's parts that I absolutely love and adore that I'm going to carry into the next season of my life. And I don't think that it has to be so black and white sometimes. But in a way, I think it does feel like a bit of a goodbye, because I have done this podcast, not being a mother, for 6.5 years. And when I come back, I'm going to be a mother to a little boy. And it's just like crazy. God, it just feels crazy how life happens. And I know that some of you have actually listened to this in old episodes where I was like manifesting. And I said in one of the episodes that I had thought that I was going to marry an American and something or other, some other details. A few of you have actually found that and DM'd it and been like, holy shit, you manifested this. And I mentioned it way early on in episodes. So you guys can go try and find that. But it does feel like a little bit of a goodbye. But what I wanted to say is I want to say thank you guys for your support. Thank you for the reviews on the podcast. Please keep leaving them. Thank you for the reviews on the book. Thank you for the support of the book before my maternity leave. Like, we got it fucking done. Thank God. Thank you for helping us get it to New York Times. Thank you for all of the support over these last years of doing this podcast. But most importantly, I truly feel very, very blessed that I have gotten my business to this point where I can take a maternity leave, because a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't give themselves a maternity leave because they feel like, I can't, my business will collapse, And I don't feel that at all. And that is thanks to you guys. Yes, it's also thanks to what I've built and the systems and the back end and my team and all of that. But it is also thanks to you guys for your support, for your community, for your love, for how you share my work with your friends and your family and your colleagues. I would not be able to do this if it wasn't for you guys. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart that you guys are also giving me this gift of being able to take this time off. Like, I am not worried in the slightest about work or the business. And I just feel really, really grateful for that, especially because I know so many women don't get this option with maternity leave, which just like breaks my heart, because I'm like, literally how? That's another episode. I just want to say thank you guys so much. So I will see you on the other side. I will see you back in September. And just remember that Olivia and the rest of the team is here if you need anything else. And I will update you all as much as possible on my Instagram stories.